Welcome to The Explainer. So, you've probably been hearing all the buzz about cryptocurrency, but maybe you're not quite sure where to even begin. Well, you've come to the right place. Today, we are laying out a clear, safe path for anyone looking to dive into the crypto world in 2025.
So, yeah, you're curious. You've seen the headlines, heard the wild stories, and you're probably wondering, is 2025 the year I finally jump in? But hey, if you're also feeling a little hesitant, that's completely normal. You're not alone.
Because let's be honest, from the outside, this whole thing can look incredibly complicated, maybe even a little bit scary. But that's exactly why we're here. We've put together a simple, step-by-step roadmap to help you navigate it all safely.
Okay, first things first. We're not even going to talk about buying crypto yet. Nope. This part is all about preparation. Think of this as setting up your financial base camp before you start the real climb. This is the most important part.
And this quote just nails it. You wouldn't hop into a Ferrari without knowing how to drive, right? Same deal here. In crypto, knowledge always comes before you invest your capital.
So, what's the engine that makes all this work? Well, it's this thing called the blockchain. And honestly, it's not as complex as it sounds. Just picture a giant, public, digital record book that everyone can see. Every single transaction gets written down, and because it's shared and secured by a massive computer network, it's pretty much impossible to cheat or change.
Okay, let's break this down, because you're going to hear these words a lot. Coins and tokens. A coin, like the famous Bitcoin, actually runs on its own unique blockchain. A token, however, is built to run on somebody else's blockchain, like Ethereum. Think of it this way. The blockchain is the highway system, and tokens are just all the different kinds of cars driving on it.
Now, before you even think about putting a dollar in, you got to ask yourself a really important question. What's my goal here? Are you trying to invest for the long haul, holding on for years? Or are you more of a trader looking to buy and sell quickly? Or maybe you're interested in earning some passive income. Your answer changes everything. And before we go any further, listen up, because this is the golden rule. Crypto is volatile. I mean, prices can go on a wild roller coaster ride. That's why you should only ever invest an amount of money that you would be perfectly okay with losing. You don't need a fortune to start. Seriously, even $50 is enough to get your feet wet and start learning.
All right, so our base camp is set. We've got our mindset right. Now it's time to actually get our gear for the journey. We're going to talk about picking the right platforms and the best ways to keep your new assets safe and sound.
So an exchange is basically a marketplace where you buy and sell crypto. But listen, they are not all created equal. Stick with the big, reputable names you've heard of. Definitely check if they're licensed to operate where you live. And please turn on two-factor authentication. It's that extra layer of security for your account. And of course, keep an eye on the fees. Now, when you buy crypto on an exchange, they hold it for you in their wallet. Super convenient, right? But they also hold the keys. A private wallet is different. With a private wallet, you and only you control the keys. That means you have total control, but also total responsibility. And these private wallets come in two main flavors. Think of a hot wallet like the cash in your pocket. It's connected to the internet, usually a browser extension or an app, and it's great for small amounts you need to access quickly. A cold wallet, on the other hand, is like a vault. It's a physical device completely offline. This is where you lock away the crypto you plan to hold on to for a long time. It's the safest way to go. All this talk about keys and wallets boils down to one single phrase that you need to burn into your memory. Not your keys, not your coins. It's simple. If you don't control the private keys, you don't really own the crypto. End of story. All right, you've done the prep work. You've got your tools. Now for the really exciting part. Let's actually map out your first investment strategy. We're going to cover what to buy and, more importantly, how to do it smartly. Man, there are thousands of different cryptocurrencies out there. It's a lot. So where should a beginner even start? My advice? Keep it simple. Stick to the two big ones, Bitcoin and Ethereum. Think of them as the foundation of your portfolio. You can explore other major projects or altcoins for more growth potential. But yeah, those meme coins you see all over social media,
probably best to steer clear of those for now. They're basically lottery tickets.
And just like in the regular stock market, you never, ever put all your eggs in one basket. You gotta diversify. So a really solid starting point could look something like this. A big chunk, maybe 60%, in the heavy hitters, Bitcoin and Ethereum. Then a smaller slice in some other promising projects. And maybe a tiny piece for something more high risk if you're feeling adventurous.
Okay, so how do you actually do it? The secret is don't try to be a genius. Seriously, forget trying to time the market perfectly. The best strategy for beginners is a powerful 1-2 punch. Step 1, HODL. It's a funny word, but it just means hold on for dear life. You buy good assets and you hold them. Step 2 is the real game changer, DCA, or dollar cost averaging. All this means is you invest a small fixed amount on a regular schedule, like $50 every Friday. This averages out your cost and saves you from stressing about the daily price swings.
Okay, you're in the game. But this journey isn't a short trip. Our final section is all about long-term survival. How to stay safe, avoid the traps, and thrive out here in the crypto wild.
The crypto world is exciting, but just like any frontier, there are scammers out there. You gotta keep your head on a swivel. Anyone, and I mean anyone, promising you guaranteed profits, run. It's a scam, 100% of the time. Double and triple check every link. Be super skeptical of social media hype, and never give anyone access to your wallet for some so-called giveaway.
Look, your best defense against all of this is your own gut instinct. Just remember this timeless piece of advice. If it sounds way too good to be true, it absolutely, positively is. Trust that feeling. And you gotta remember, this whole space moves at 1,000 miles an hour. It is constantly changing. So make it a habit. Follow a few good news sources, read up on what's new, and always stay on top of the latest security advice. It's all part of the journey. So let's pull it all together. What's our roadmap? It's simple, really. 1, learn the basics. 2, set your goals. 3, start small. 4, use a trusted exchange. 5, get a private wallet. 6, stick to the big projects. And 7, use that simple but powerful DCA and HODL strategy.
We've laid out the map for you. We've shown you how to prepare and what tools you'll need. The path to getting started safely is crystal clear. So the only real question left to ask is, what's your first step going to be?